I have been fighting with life, trying to be in states that there is no more suffering, no more unhappiness, no more sadness, no more frustration, no more disappointing, no more fear. Trying to be in state that there's only joyfulness, happiness, presence exists, full of energy. Has been trying many years to achieve this state. And during this period of time when I was trying, there is time that I have negative emotion, I have fears, I have suffering, I have frustration, I have disappointing, I am angry. But there also the time that when I feel full of energies, happy, and love and joyfulness, pleasant for life. So it's kind of on and off. A negative and positive emotion happen. One day, because they're trying for so long but never achieve the result that I want, I never be in the positive emotion all the time. So because of this, I think I take a look back and I was like, is there a state that's only joyfulness, happiness, pleasance, good emotion exists? Is there a state that there's no suffering, no sadness, no disappointing, no fears exist? Well, I observe my emotion and my thoughts for a long time to finding the answer for this question, and I found that, at least until this moment, I found that yes, there is a life without suffering, that is possible to live a life that have no suffering. But it's no that there's no life that's without fears, sadness, unhappiness, disappointing, frustration. Why I divide them into two different answers? Because suffering is something different with other emotions like fear and frustration or sadness. Suffering is something different. So now let's come to the concept, because if we don't explain the concept, this it is easy to be misunderstood. So what is the suffering? Suffering is the state of negative emotion for that have inside you for a long time, which means that you have combination of many negative emotion included like fear, suffering, no, fear, sadness, disappointing, frustration, mm, angry. You have all this negative emotion at the same time, and these negative emotion stay inside you most of the time of your life and for long, like for a whole day. You always feel this negative emotion, and they stay in the long periods of time, like months or years. So this is called suffering. And the suffering is like negative emotion nearly dominate your life. So mm, which makes your like all of the most of the time you only feel negative emotion. So this is suffering. How about the others? Negative emotions like fears, sadness, anger, or disappointing or frustration. So these emotion is happen at one point only as some moments, and then they will disappear and they will come back. But like for a short moment, when they don't really dominate you for very long time, they don't really dominate your life because they come for a short time and then they will go. So it's like now, for example, someone dear to you died. Let's say your father died, and you feel sad, right? You feel very, very sad. So this is negative emotion. The sadness happened to you at Paris moment, like when he died. Maybe he dies after that. You will start getting better after maybe 2 weeks. The sadness start to fade away and you will be start living feeling better. So this is like the negative emotion that happen for short periods of time. But suffering is combination of the many different type of negative emotion, and this happens for a period very long time. It's dominate your life for a long time. It's like, so let's say you you maybe lost all the money into you because you play poker, so you lost the money, like you had to sell your house, right? And then because of this mistake you suffering, and then you kind of very suffers because okay, now I have no more houses, because I already put in the pocket game and I lost everything and lost my family. My wife divorced me, and then nah, I have no more money. I have to leave street, and then you spend like 10 years later still keep suffering because of this kind of mistake that you make in the past. Because you always kind of regrets and also remembers about the past that you has been when you was in the good state when you were rich. So this is suffering. So yes, it is possible that you can live a life without suffering because you can, but I think it is impossible that you can live a life without the negative emotion. I think negative emotion is nature. This is your reaction when something is not good come to your life. It's nature, does but if you keep it played in your life very long, and this will become suffering, which is more is which is very suffering is a state that very include pain inside you. It's not only that negative emotion but also the pain. It's create the pain inside you and make you the life very difficult when you are in states of suffering. So it is normal that when there is something that you don't want, or something that's not good happen to your life and you feel some negative emotion, it's in nature, it's just normal. Like someone dear to you die, of course you have to feel sad for a period of time, right? But it is unnecessary and should not that we keep the emotion for very long time to make them become suffering. Because at the moment they become suffering, it will be harder to go back to the normal happiness state or just go back to normal life. Chasing happiness is also one kind of suffering because I was in this stage, so I know that when you try to chase the goal that your life is create a life that only have happiness exists or joyfulness, all the positive emotion exists. When you're trying to be in this state, you was chasing a ghost. This is same with everything, every other ghost in your life. Like you want to uh, become millionaires, you want to um, get the job, or you want to marry this one. It's just same with any other goals in your life, and there's just nothing wrong of setting a goals, because for some aspect having a goals is a good thing, but also having setting a goals, and when the goals doesn't, and in the process of tracing the goals, and when it doesn't come to what you wish is become, you will be suffered. Or even when it's come to what you want it to become, you also be suffers. So this is mm, the aspect of the goals, tracing a goals that create our unhappiness and our suffering. Tracing something is always create suffering, because if, let's say, if you don't achieve what you want, your goals, for after many years, like after a period of time of uh putting the goal, making the goals and efforts, trying to be there, but you don't achieve it, will you suffer? Of course you will suffer, right? But after you achieve what you want, let's say, because the habit setting a goal, you will create another goal. So maybe you will be in the cycles of always chasing goal. And also, this is all the scenario happen like after you achieve the goals, because you was chasing the goals because it make you feel fulfilled, right? It make you feel like there is purpose for me for living. Otherwise, my life will be meaningless. But after you achieve the goals, there's nothing else you can depend on to fulfill your life, or feel the fulfillment, and also to be feel like there's a meaning of living. So after that, you will feel empty again, and then you will be suffer also. Right. Alright, so this is the game of chasing the goals. This is how it's happened and how it's playing. So chasing any goals include chasing the goals of happiness forever is also create suffering. This is also the source of suffering. But I don't mean that having goal is bad. In some aspect of life, having goals is good, because having goals is make you be clear about what you want, so that you can focus on the roles, focus in that direction, so which will make you yes the what you want faster and focus. It's also the good side. So this is what I has been exploring for after I watch my emotion and my thoughts for periods of time. But and I share with you. But it's also very important that you experience things by yourself, because I mean, you can believe me or not believe me, but that is not the point. The point is, when you believe something, you close the door of the freedom. So it's better that you it's important, and it should be the main attention that you experience life, experience what others say, and you give yourself the point of views, not by the not depends on the other views or all the time, and just believe it without experience. But even when you experience something, and um should not put the belief, that should not put the conclusion there. because at the time you believe in something or you make conclusion about something, you close the door of the freedom. Is this the time that you will be like, okay, I believe in it, I will just do this because this is what I believe, I will just do this, you know? I mean, believing conclusion is good for some time. Most of the time it's good for the outside world, but when you come to experience the inner side, it's really just leave the door open. Don't make any conclusion yet. Just leave the door open, because inner life is something that I would say changing, not changing, move. I would say the moving all the time. It's not always there. This is moving all the time, and it's like a huge space to explore. You never can explore. It's full like everything of it. So if you make a conclusion about something, it is when you close the door for the new thing to come, the new experience to come. So if you experience something, just okay, I have that experience, but I will leave the door open. I will leave my mind open. I will leave my spirit open, so that new thing can come to me. And then you will realize that time pass, this new thing will come, new experience, new knowledge will come. So don't close the door. Experience thing by yourself, and then leave the door open.